Welcome to the next episode of the CXO Talk Show with Chartered Buying. It's an absolute pleasure. We've moved on to a different industry now, and at the moment we are in education industry. We have a wonderful valued guest who has been contributing, as of I have been seeing him from almost a decade in the procurement fraternity. Rigorous efforts, continuous efforts. He's also a chair of the Northern Emirates branch, and he's head of procurement of University of Sharjah. Welcome, Anish, to the CXO Talk Show.
Thank you, Sai.
Thank you. Give us a little bit background about your experience and how you pitched into procurement domain.
Okay. As most of the people who come into the procurement domain say, they just fall into by accident. Mine was no accident because I had come from the commerce side. Then I've seen the procurement on the other side. Like I was a commercial officer first.
Okay.
So I've seen the procurement people on the other side. Then looking into the interest of how the procurement people meet with suppliers and meet with their customers and things like that, then I pitched into procurement. Okay, so that was the beginning. It was a humble beginning back in 2009, if I'm not wrong. Then quite aged. So that was the beginning of procurement. Then I grew into SIPS, and SIPS has taught me like a lot of things about procurement, how to do it ethically, how to do it in a professional manner and things like that. Then out of interest, different industries, like previously I was in the manufacturing industry. I worked with LUCAP, it's a manufacturing facility. Then I moved into the education industry. It's a bit of a 360-degree change when it comes to procurement, but I find it quite interesting.
Absolutely. Wealth of experience, multiple industries of experience, and what we are looking at is to understand what is actually procured in education industry. So if we look at the healthcare, there is pharmaceuticals, medical equipments. If somebody talks about oil and gas, we start thinking there could be a crude procurement. But in education, a lot of perceptions. Let's hear it directly from the head of procurement. Anish, tell us about what do you actually procure in education industry?
This is one of the most common questions that we ask anybody who comes into procurement or to supply goods for the education industry. Like, tell us, what do you think that we buy? The most common answers that we get is actually, you guys may be buying books, stationery, pens, pencils, and things like that. But to us in education industry, that is not even, I would say, 20% of what we buy. Mm-hmm. Our most procurement spend is basically on facilities management of the classrooms, of the infrastructure, of the safety of the students and things like that. And the second most spend category is actually in the IT. There are a lot of investments and a lot of expenses being done on the IT front, probably to maintain the security of the students, security of the data, like the mark list and the exams and question papers and things like that.
Okay.
So that's where we invest more in terms of information security. So these two, FM, facilities management, and IT, these are the most common categories in the education industry as far as I understand the industry. And then we do have spend on stationaries and things like that, but then that's the third or the fourth.
It's not the focus area, to be honest.
Even though we are called education, it's not the education in terms of stationery or the things that we focus on. It's the other aspects that you don't see on the forefront.
Interesting. So education industry has a lot of IT procurement, a lot of office related engagements that are there. So it's not just specific to a couple of perceptions that we have gotten. There's a lot to learn. We'll be bringing in a lot of other episodes, different industries, different perspectives from the leaders, the CPOs, the different leaders in the fraternity. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time. It's a pleasure to